also expressed how I felt about people calling teenagers bops rather. It's so disrespectful, and you should never call a teenager a bop. Please keep it cool. But I'd like to ask one question that I've seen going.
Yeah, that's true. And that's the same thing going on with heads like fucking Piper Raquel. It's like, yeah, she being shilled into the bop house. But is she a bop? we gonna let her turn 18 and see what choices she making. And then we might have to hit her with the label. But if I know anything, bruh, they just waiting to drop fucking Piper's OF, bro. That shit. You fuck niggas. Tiffany, this for you, you fucking troglodyte. You know what? I'm gonna leave it on.
Around everywhere because I don't have an answer to it. Why is it that Piper Raquel?
Bro, I'm out. Oh my fucking god. Yo, no pre-watch. No pre-watch. Oh my god, no pre-watch. Yo, I'm trying to tell. Bro, this is y'all fault, bro. This is dead ass y'all fault. I'm not even gassing, bro. This all the lover babes fault. Real talk. This all the lover babes fault. Y'all got me sipping too much tea. I need to put that shit down. Pinky is up, boy. This shit is crazy. I know way too much about the tea. Well, for the babes, Trilly ain't falling for that Kalogeras sister Psyop. No, sir. No, sir. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I saw in the little alg, you know what I'm saying, one of the lover babes posted a video on the Kalogeras. If you don't know Kalogeras sisters, they be on TikTok primarily. It's a set of 3 sisters. I thought initially that they were triplets, but they not, you know what I'm saying. They always born separate. I think one of them 17, another one like 20-some. One like a 20 on the dot or some shit like that. I don't know. Probably getting the ages wrong, but I do know that the youngest was definitely 17 because as we're going on the whole rave about that shit, because, yeah, you already know, with the influencer girly pops, heads is getting sexualized. With that, John. But, yo, obviously, we can all see if you've seen any TikToks, if you've seen it before, if it's your first time seeing them. It's on the title thumbnail. I already know what it is. Yeah, they pretty girly pops and all that, but I ain't going full for the side because then the questions go, it's like, yo, where is it leading to? You know what I'm saying? You get your little sponsorships, brand deals, all that type of jazz, you know what I'm saying? Especially within, like, you know what I'm saying, some of these brands, like the makeup brands, yada yada, like all these other brands, you know what I'm saying, clothing brands, yada yada, this, that, and the third. But it's like, yo, what's the story after? Where are we going? What are we doing with the audience? I don't know. And that's where we come to. That's where Trilly gets down because, you know, Trilly unemployed. Trilly apps everything, you know what I'm saying? We sit down here, cover the Jones. I question just like, what's the motives after all of this? Especially with the TikTok and moving further and growing the platforms. Where is it supposed to lead to? And that's where we got to ask the questions because, like I said, Trilly ain't falling for that Psyop. Huh, babe? No cap. But y'all, you already know I get down. Trilly talks everything. Trilly yaps everything like I just came out saying. So let's get right into it. Like I said, one of the lover babes posted. Y'all see her right there. Shout out her. Shout out to lover babe Kelly Scolas. Seen her post a little video in the algo. I was like, yo, we gotta go and see what we talking about. Lost like John. Go show the love, like I said. But yo, we got When Being Pretty and Rich gets you everything the Kalogeras sisters. If you wanna watch the OG vid, now description first link. We gonna go ahead and share the love, like I said, all the time. Positive reinforcement. Let's get right into this, boy.
There's a type of content on TikTok that
Yep, that's them.
feels almost too simple. Videos with no words, little to no dancing, no context, just a look.
Yeah, this is the same shit as like the Cabby Lame, Charlie D'Amelio type of vids. Like it can reach the most broad audience because with Cabby Lame, like he wasn't talking, so obviously everyone could understand the concept of the videos. Like, oh, 5-minute crafts or 5-second crafts, post a dumb video doing some job. Easy way to do it. Like everyone can get that. And then Charlie D'Amelio is literally just dancing and shit. Like literally dancing in itself is like a type of form of communication. Now, is that factually stamped? If you look that up, are you gonna find that? No. But like, yeah, you can communicate and shit through dancing. That is confirmed now. Like you can get messages through that. But anyway, barring that, like yeah, dance moves are dance moves. So yeah.
A vibe and a camera, and yet some of those videos rack up millions of views. And at the center of this trend, meet the Kalogeras sisters. 3 sisters strikingly beautiful, walking in sync or simply just staring at the lens, and suddenly they're everywhere. People call them ethereal.
Yeah, it's like let's all keep it a buck here. Like all goo niggas aside, we called you niggas out. We got you niggas. Stop gooning. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, nah, niggas be going too much. But like, yeah, you peep game on them is like I said in the intro, it's very clear to see like, yeah, they pretty as shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Heads is gonna be watching, and they don't really gotta try. Like, let's keep it up. Like yo, on TikTok specifically, I know the girly pops that love a babe. Shout out them. Y'all already know I was saying, yo, the babe's watching the vid. They gonna rip me a new one. You be like, oh my god, you're objectifying them. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, oh, their whole joint's based on looks. As far as TikTok and like short form platforms and all that type of shit goes, yeah, they living on recruit. They living on recruit. The difficulty looking really easy because it's very apparent. Like, yo, babies, y'all pleasing to the cam. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, heads is gonna be trying to look, especially when you're doing all the dances and all that. You know what I'm saying? Other shit, all the little TikTok trends and all that shit. Yeah, it's very apparent.
Angelic and goddesses, they have become a full-blown aesthetic, not just creators. But here's the question: if someone who looked completely different posted the exact same content, would it still blow up, or is this?
It depends. That's just straight up the answer to that. It's based on a lot of variables, but it is very clear to see. Very clear to see, especially like not even on a double standard tip, because I feel like it's just more obvious. Yeah, if you're a very pretty girly pop, a very pretty girl, women love a babe. Yeah, you probably gonna get some traction. Now, are you guaranteed to get traction? No, that's where the distinction's at. And this is the same thing with the whole OnlyFans argument. It's like, yeah, you'll see Sophie Rain make 43 mil, have niggas pay her 5 million individually. Crazy as shit. I ain't gonna lie, you niggas is tier 6. Fuck tier 4, tier 3 and all that shit. Tier 4, tier 5. Tier 6 niggas doing this shit. But like like, you could have niggas sending your shit individually, but like, yo, that's just the like 1%, the 0.01% of like, you know what I'm saying, OnlyFans shit and or like on this influencer shit. You're just seeing like the top of the top. Like, yo, when heads are trying to grow and all that shit, they not obviously getting this much traction and all that type of jazz. But since you're seeing this, the heads be thinking it's so easy, because again, very pretty girly pops. They get psyoped into the job, bruh. And that's what I'm saying, and not falling for it.
This is a case of beauty doing the heavy lifting. This isn't about tearing anyone down. The Kalogeras sisters are clearly aware of their brand and they've built it well. But their rise taps into something deeper: how appearance alone can be the ticket to virality, while others doing the exact same thing can easily be ignored. So let's talk about it.
Yeah.
The Kalogeras sisters, the obsession, and what their success really says about how we treat beauty online.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, especially with this Joe, no, I'm gonna look at you and just be like, skill issue. Trilly's fucking burnt. I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. Like, yo, I look at the shit. Trilly can't mog. I ain't gonna lie. So I can't use, like, at least the looks to the heftiest degrees, you know what I'm saying, to an advantage and all that shit. So I would, like, and you would look at me and be like, skill issue. The only shit I could do is change the aspects of myself that will look better within my build, obviously. Like, get more fit, all that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Start doing more skin routines on that job. But, like, that's what it is. Like, yo, they're obviously clearly using the advantages that they got being pretty as fuck and using that John for profit to clearly get more views and all that shit. And you could be like, oh, yo, niggas is talentless and all that shit. And I would be like, yeah. But fuck it, bro. The talentlessness, they had better starting attributes, bro. I don't know what to tell niggas. It's really tough, but like, still, no Psyops falling.
With that being said, let's dive right into it. Hello everyone, if you're new here, hi, my name is Kelly and I just want to thank everyone so far for the immense support. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And if you don't already know, whenever I post a video talking about a very serious topic, sometimes I like to just take a step back and talk about a less important topic, just for us to chill and really understand the trajectory of things. Stick around if you want to be part of it. Who are the Kalogeras sisters? The Kalogeras sisters are a trio of siblings from Greece who became internet famous through TikTok. Their content is minimalist and their visuals include aesthetic lighting, matching outfits, coordinated body language, and calm facial expressions. It's not traditional influencer content. There's little to no dancing, no skits, no strong narrative, and yet their videos
the no strong narrative, you could argue all that shit on TikTok. Literally everything on TikTok. But nah, let me not even say that shit, because there is you could find some pretty fire content on the Brain Rot app. But commonly, ooh, no, this is literally why the term fucking mythic algorithm pool works, is a concept.
Constantly hits millions of views and land on everyone's phone.
Holy shit. Like,
and yet their videos constantly hit millions of
holy fuck, 97 million, 69 mil. I'm blocking that shit. 69. Haha, nice. I'm like, yeah, bro, we have to stop. Anyway, 55 mil. Damn.
views and land on everyone's For You page. People often assume they don't speak at all, but that's not entirely true. They have a YouTube channel where they post vlogs, sit-down videos, and talk to the camera. So yes, they have personalities.
I'm about to say, like, yeah, no, they can't talk and shit. And obviously, with YouTube, especially if you're posting. Porming, like, what the fuck is that? Nigga, truly can't grammar nor English. Anyway, especially if you're posting long form videos, like, yeah, you gotta have some type of fucking personality on some degree, because I ain't gonna lie to you, bruh. Heads, attention spans, heads can't even get through 15-second TikToks, bro. You think they about to watch you on a 10-minute vid or some shit doing NPC actions? This is the same shit I be saying about Denim's dumbass. I don't know who the fuck is watching them besides the Glazers. It's tough. But even for the Kalogeras sisters, like, yeah, for their vlogs and shit, I'm sure they do have personalities. But to a degree, their main motion is coming from TikTok. And obviously within YouTube, probably YouTube Shorts and shit like that, which is most likely reposted TikToks. So
they're more than just their appearance. They've created an identity around elegance, poise, and softness. It's very intentional, and in the social media world, it works. Section 2. The obsession. What's interesting isn't just that they go viral, it's how people react to them when they do. Look through the comments on their TikToks and you see it immediately. People don't just say, "You are pretty." They say things like, "I don't know what you did, but I'm obsessed. This is what perfection looks like." There's a type of romanticization going on here. They're not just
yeah, yo, the girls I seen working at Walmart. The girls I see working at Walmart I'll never see again. Bro, that shit. Yo, heads in the TikTok comments got me fucking dying, bro.
admired, they're idealized and idolized. And when you're constantly being treated like a symbol of beauty, not just a person, it puts you in a unique position online. Your presence becomes aspirational. People don't follow you for your content, they follow you for your aesthetic aspiration.
Yeah, they start to idolize you on some really parasocial shit. And this is why I keep telling heads, bro, you do not want to be your favorite idol. I swear, I feel like I have to stamp this in, if not every vid or like every other vid or like every 3 vids or some shit. But like, yeah, you should not want to be your favorite idol or some shit. Not want to be your favorite singer, rapper, artist, whoever like you find influential, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should see their accolades, successes, I've said every time, and innovate and be creative in your own style off of their shit. Do not want to be somebody, bro. Like, that shit, you're never, like, literally just directly, you're never going to be them. Everyone is only going to be their individual selves. So yeah, lock in on your own creativity, take their shit as inspiration, and let's go ahead and cook some shit up.
Your sisters aren't just individuals anymore. They're part of a mood board, a lifestyle, a type of femininity that the internet loves to promote. But again, here's the twist. If someone did the exact same thing with the same lighting, same audio, same outfit, but didn't look the same, would anyone care? I've watched a few videos from the Kalogeras sisters.
Again, it depends. I would ask them, especially if we're going same build on the girly pops, like, yo, is the girly pops attractive, or what we would say is colloquially attractive? Because again, if you would say they're not, then I doubt they would get as many views as the Kalogeras sisters.
And
again, that's not to be mean, that's just directly objective.
Funny. They mostly have teen audience, so I kind of understand.
But then you could also argue there's a dynamic, is because there's like 3 of them, that you have like the triple like dynamic. So
understand the whole obsession with them.
How do they do individually on their shits? That's the good question.
As a whole. But to me, I still feel like there's this certain level really of obsession that is just too much. There's this level of obsession with them that you just have to sit down and wonder, why is that so? Honestly, this level of obsession, I've never seen it before.
Well, for the Gooner niggas, it's because they probably try and bomb. For the girly pops, is again probably because they want to be them. Like they want to be, like, you know what I'm saying, it's beautiful. They want the attention that they're like having. Like, they want the same validation that people are giving them. Like, you know what I'm saying, I would assume at least especially for like the teenage impressionable bulls and, you know what I'm saying, jits.
I'm talking to you as somebody who does research every single day, and the amount of obsessed teenagers, people that are literally so obsessed with the Kalogeras sisters, it blew me away. And I'm not even exaggerating this whole thing. It really baffles me, and I just stay and wonder, why are these teen girls so obsessed with someone online that they don't even know personally? Beauty as a shortcut,
parasociality
to virality. This is where it starts to get kind of uncomfortable, but also very real. Pretty privilege is something we all kind of know exists, but social media has made it unavoidable. People who are conventionally attractive are more likely to get followers, likes,
directly,
comments, brand deals, you name it. But
again, directly.
That's not because they are doing something wildly different. It's because the internet rewards beauty and we just
Yeah, no, like, and that's exactly what I've been basically saying this whole time, and will be saying. It's like, yeah, like, let's be real here. Like, with the beauty they have, with like how niggas obviously are gonna perceive them as baddies and shit. Like, yeah, that's gonna give them a clear advantage in the ALG. Like, it's gonna be able to help them do way easier blowing up in the ALG. Like, it's a clear advantage.
have to accept that. And the Kalogeras sisters, they're the perfect example of how beauty can be the shortcut to virality. If you're watching this video and you don't necessarily like the Kalogeras sisters, they're not your cup of tea, you do still have to admit that they're quite talented. I know that they can draw, they can sing, they can dance, they do have a lot of talent, but let's be factual about all this and flip the scenarios.
But then the question is, are they using that talent as something that they're like trying to go through for success, or are they using their looks being pretty as that thing that they're going for to use as success and, you know, bring up their platforms and grow? There's the question.
If there were 3 women who could draw, sing, dance, and swim, let's just say they were plus sized and they had acne or facial features that aren't seen as model like by the internet standards, would people still call them goddesses?
See, that's the thing though, and that's what I just came off of saying. But then, if they're making content, is it perceived around their specific talents, which would be in that case, like, you know, drawing and things as such, right? Or would their content be still based around themselves? Because if they're not making content based around their talent, then it's not something to compare. And again, not to say that the Kalogeras sisters don't have talent, but when we're talking about the like content, it's very easy to see, like, yeah, the Kalogeras sisters, yeah, they making these simple little vids and they're getting a lot of views because, yeah, the society is deeming them as, oh my god, y'all are bad as fuck. You know, and yeah, like if the people with these talents, or the girly pops with these talents in that case that are plus size, if they're making videos based around themselves with the content, then yeah, objectively the Kalogeras sisters are gonna get more are gonna get more views. But then if they're posting the videos around their talents, it's up in the air. You know what I'm saying? Because, yo, listen, I don't know about y'all if you knew, but the art community is fucking huge, and some niggas are be going fucking viral as fuck. So
Would they go viral every time they blink? Probably not. And that's not just a reflection of the algorithm, it's a reflection of us, the viewers, the commenters, the ones deciding what gets attention. And that is why I've talked about the Kalogeras sisters before. In that video, I used them as a talking point to talk about how people go viral, pretty privilege, and how us, the viewers, enable things like this. And it was a very good analysis to me. I felt like the video was actually really good. Think of this as a reboot or a redo. Think of it as part 2 of that particular video that is no longer available on my channel. What the Kalogeras brand really sells. At this point, the Kalogeras sisters are no longer just influencers. They've become a brand. Their product is this polished, almost untouchable elegance, soft lighting, neutral tones, subtle expression, coordinated visual. Their message is
I don't know. How do I feel about that? I would agree, like, yeah, they did build their own brand, but I wouldn't say like they had I wouldn't say they have like their own like I don't even know how to explain it, because it's funny enough, like they were mentioning like soft lighting and shit, because this is the same shit that one motherfucker, I think his name was like Pills or Plows or some shit on Twitter, that was absolutely fucking ripping Pokimane a new asshole. Like, he was saying the same shit about Pokimane, like she's doing all this shit and she's just like masking all the shit under soft lighting and shit like that. And you could argue the same thing for the Kalogeras sisters, and you could argue the same thing for other influencer girly pops. It's just really that level of scale on like how big like the brand or individual creators or like are like I don't know.
Never loud. It's always just enough. It's beauty packaged as seniority, as luxury. There is no mess, no oversharing, no viral drama, just calm visuals and the idea that if you looked like this, maybe your life will feel this calm too. It's
Idolization,
aspirational,
versus reality,
but also exclusive. You can try to recreate their content, but if you don't look like them, it won't land the same. And that is why they hold a specific space online that others cannot replicate. They are selling chaos.
See, that's what I'm saying, but I agree and disagree. They can't replicate them because, again, you'll never be them. But like, yo, there's definitely other influencer girly pops that's getting a lot of fucking views, and again, one of the main reasons that they're doing so is because they look good. So, you know what I'm saying? I guess I could argue that, but
personality, relatability, and presence. And presence when you're conventionally beautiful goes a long, long way. I want to use this section to talk about something very important. It's how the Kalogeras
Sex sells. I'm gonna be saying this shit, bro. It's fucked. Jezebel shit, but sex sells. Not that the Kalogeras sisters are doing Jezebel shit, but it's also the factor of sex sells. Not in the factor of like it has to be directly like sexual content. It's like, yo, shit that again can be a little suggestive, and or like, yo, you just look at the girly pops, or you know, say some of the girly pops look at the bros like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, they just like ain't feeling them, like thirst traps and shit like that. Because a good amount of the shit they are posting is clearly thirst traps.
sisters fans accuse almost everybody with curly hair of wanting to be like the Kalogeras sisters. And honestly, that confuses me to the core. For example, there's this girl on TikTok, she also makes TikToks. They always accuse her of wanting to be like Demetra. Demetra is 19 years old, she's the middle child. Maybe there's something that they're seeing that I'm not seeing, but it doesn't make any sense. This just ties back to the obsession and thinking that everybody wants to be like these girls. Mind you, these girls are conventionally beautiful, they're stunning, but it's not everybody that's trying to copy them. I do agree that because of their level of fame, people are inspired to be like them. But it's just so absurd. That's why I said that most of these Kalogeras sisters fans are mostly teenagers. You could like them and be
I'm about to say, of course, they're gonna be jits, and that's back into the argument I was just coming off of in Tom Corvid by Miss Way Way. Shout out Miss Way Way. You know what I'm saying? Shout out everybody in the community, yo. It's all love, you know. Has posting out the good vids, but yeah, we were just talking about this, John, and again, like, bro, you just can't be idolizing heads, bro. It's just,
adult.
But to be this extent of obsession,
I'm pretty sure it's mostly teenagers. Can I blame them for that?
Especially the girly pops, like the teenage, the impressionable teenage girly pops. Like, yo, they just gonna be like, yo, if I could just look just like the Kalogeras sisters, I'm telling you, it would just be so much better. I'm like, no, hun, be yourself, I totally understand having insecurities, but you only gonna be able to work within yourself because you're only gonna be you. Hun, you do not gotta be them. You do not want to be them. Like,
Not really, but being obsessed with somebody that you don't know online is...
yeah, I don't know what the actual fuck is going on here. Bro, are these like children? Ah, yeah, get these niggas off my screen.
It's crazy, please.
All of a sudden, everyone with curly hair is copying someone. The fourth Kalogeras sister looking like the same or dating.
It is really, really unhealthy and it's not normal. The double standard. This brings us to a bigger issue. The double standards of online attention. People say the internet is meritocracy. If you're creative, you rise. If you're unique, people will notice.
Yeah, and both of those are true. Yeah, like if you are unique, you'll rise. If you're creative, yeah, you'll rise. But then obviously there's other niches and or factors in which you could also rise as well, and very much easier.
Let's be for real. In reality, the baseline of attention is completely different depending on how you look. If you're considered pretty,
yeah, exactly. And that's why I said like niches and things exist.
You could go viral for standing still. If you're not, you have to be funny, creative, vulnerable, smart, and polished just to get...
This is literally what I was talking about earlier. The shit, like, yeah, again, even with the Kalogeras sisters, if they like, if they have no personality, if they're standing in the cam for a 10-minute video, if they were to, post long form videos or whatever, because they post vlogs. So if they post a vlog standing there for 10 minutes, yeah, it's still gonna get motion, but colloquially, like, bro, that shit is not gonna do anything good because the video is not wholly entertaining. But obviously, it's way easier to be entertaining on like a 15-second, 30-second TikTok than it is like an old video.
Have the recognition. And if your content doesn't land...
And again, yo, see, it's making me think of more shit. And even again to that, the videos that they're making is easily accessible for a broader audience because most of the videos are and or thirst traps or fucking god damn it was just in my head. Yo, I'm tweaked out. Trill brain fart moment. Nah, seriously though. What's the name? They're posting either thirst traps or like vids where they're like dancing and shit like that, and like there's no higher like level of thinking, I guess you want to say. No. There's no complexity to this shit. So like everyone would be able to consume the vid. So it's a whole bunch of variables that go into shit like this.
And people don't blame the algorithm, they blame you. And that is the reality that many creators face. The Kalogeras sisters don't have to push to be heard. Their faces speak for them. And while that's not their fault at all,
I mean,
it's something...
See, yo, this video's really got me thinking and shit like that, bro. I swear, I love videos like this. And that's what I'm saying. Shout out to Love It Babes, Kelly Scholas, man. Making the good vids, bro. Been watching so many other vids, bro. This shit's so fire. But yeah, even going off of that, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know, like, maybe it is specifically with them, but at the same time, I feel like there are heads that have done, like, basically almost the same shit that they're doing and have blown up as well.
Thing we need to acknowledge, because virality isn't always about effort. Sometimes it's just about looks. There is something I would like to add on, because you already know I like add-ons. I forgot to mention this in my last video. I've already made it clear how I do not like your coming for teenagers, but rather expressing or addressing the problem, the system, the algorithm, the brands pushing them to do things like this. I also expressed how I felt about people calling teenagers bops rather. It's so disrespectful, and you should never call a teenager a bop. Please keep it cool. But I would like to ask one question that I've seen going.
Yeah, that's true. And that's the same thing going on with heads like fucking Piper Raquel. It's like, yeah, she being shilled into the bop house. But is she a bop? we gonna let her turn 18 and see what choices she making. And then we might have to hit her with the label. But if I know anything, bruh, they just waiting to drop fucking Piper's OF, bro. That shit. You fuck niggas. Tiffany, this for you, you fucking troglodyte. You know what? I'm gonna leave it on.
Around everywhere, because I don't have an answer to it. Why is it that Piper Raquel?
Bro, I'm out. Oh my fucking god. Yo, no pre-watch. No pre-watch. Oh my god, no pre-watch. Yo, I'm trying to tell. Bro, this is y'all fault, bro. This is dead ass y'all fault. I'm not even gassing, bro. This all the lover babes fault. Real talk. This all the lover babes fault. Y'all got me sipping too much tea. I need to put that shit down. Pinky is up, boy. This shit is crazy. I know way too much about the tea. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is a perfect representation of like Piper Raquel shit. Like directly. Like this is this is y'all fault, bro. This is y'all fault for sure.
Who is 17 years old, born August 2007. Why is it that she gets extreme hate? By hate, I mean a combination of hate and criticism for dressing the way she does. And then Eliana doesn't at all. Even though she dresses the same way, sometimes even worse than how Piper.
True, but then again, you could also ask, like, well, is Piper Raquel, whatever. Well, Piper Raquel is being shielded into the Bop House to make my point. But is fucking Eliante being shielded into the Bop House? Does she have a history of, like, you know what I'm saying, not really appropriate shit going on in her past within her recording, like, you know what I'm saying, YouTube videos, you know, having a documentary come out damn near fucking exposing her mom for all the heinous shit that she had, you know, some of her friends and or compatriots in the vids doing? I don't think Eliante does. And I'm not falling for the Kalogeras sister Psyop, like I already said, but like, yeah, it's more of a negative connotation with Piper because of her history and shit like that, more or less, than with Eliante and hers. So it's like,
Piper does. And mind you, the both of them are born August 2007. One thing I noticed in my last video when I mentioned Eliana in there, a lot of people were coming to her defense. And it didn't really make any sense, because when they were coming for Eliana's defense, they were also kind of bashing Piper, even though they knew that Piper was a victim and it's a mom that's behind all of it. And
facts. Like, real facts.
Again, like I said, don't bash any teenager. I want a nuanced explanation of why that is happening. Mind you.
See, that's the thing too, but at the same time, it shouldn't even be a justification. It's more or less like, yeah, on that factor, if we're gonna go for like, oh yeah, wearing like these suggestive outfits and shit like that, you would just criticize both. So if we about to be on Piper's ass for all this type of shit, yeah, we'd have to be on Eliante's ass. But then, obviously, you add more context to this shit, and clearly one with all this shit is more worse than the other, but still, if we're gonna go about that, yeah, we'd have to criticize both. Simple as that.
Don't come after these girls I'm talking about in these videos. At the end of the day, they're a victim of a system that was built for them. And if you're being respectful and addressing it in the right way, one day I actually get to understand this particular question. At the end of the day, I do believe that we should address the problem. That's really going to be the best for us to do right now, just to address the problem and look for a way to fix it. So you might be asking, Kelly, what do we do now? My answer to you is nothing. We can do
How
absolutely
about that? We can't do shit. And this is again more of a reference to like the whole shit that's going on with heads like fucking Kika Kim copying mermaid scales and shit. It's not like they're copying heads, but it's more or less a factor of like, yeah, she's doing that shit and she's growing more of an audience. Obviously 16 million subscribers and shit like that, while Kritika mermaid scales got like 12 million and shit. Like while Kika Kim's directly copying her, like that shit, that's inevitable. With how broad niggas audiences grows, like that Lala Sadi equation, like it could obviously still work. Like niggas can have like huge platforms and still get canceled depending on how bad their shit is. Like you saw that happen with Mr. Beast. But like, you know, that factor, like sometimes the shit is so broad and motherfuckers just don't be looking into this shit so deep to where it's like, yeah, sometimes the bleed, it's taking a while. It's taking a while.
nothing, because at the end of the day the viewer still decides who gets attention or not. At the end of the day, this all still routes back to the viewers. You cannot really tell the viewers what to give much attention to if they truly like that person and idealize them. That is why I said this video is more of a laid back video. It encourages you to think for yourself and form your own opinions from it. At the end of this all, I just think that creators shouldn't need to look a certain way to just be noticed. The Kalogeras sisters didn't invent
Yeah, and I agree. Like obviously what should get you noticed is your creative expression, like your freedom of expression. Your creative expression. I was right. Trilly can grammar a little bit. Not really. But yeah, your creative expression, how you go about making your content, all that shit, your style of content, and all the type of jazz. I obviously, and most people would probably want that, right? But even still, we know there's the obvious elephants in the room that some other forms of content and or, you know what I'm saying, objective just looks can get you more views than someone who is putting like their maximum creative expression and or like maximum creativity into like their content. It's the unfairness of the world. Yep, simple as that.
Privilege, but they've definitely benefited from it in a very visible way. They've mastered an aesthetic that the internet loves, and that is not a crime at all. However, their success forces us to reflect on how we treat beauty and how much weight we give to appearance in a space that's supposed to be about content. And like I said again, they went viral on TikTok.
But then you could ask the question of what are we classifying as content? Because there's a whole lot of shit I don't want to classify as content, but it still technically is because it's a video posted to the internet.
TikTok is a place where you can go viral for literally anything. So again,
yeah,
these girls are not at fault for going viral. One of the reasons I also think they went viral is because of their siblings dynamic. People just like to see pretty.
That is true. But yo, these fucking hard outfits, yeah, these shits have absolutely fucking destroyed TikTok.
One of the reasons I also think they went viral is because of their siblings dynamic. People just like to see pretty people be relatable. They're always playing with each other, talking to each other, you know, expressing this sibling affection that.
Are we saying Lala City syndrome? Nah, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
We rarely see anymore. So seeing someone that beautiful act like a normal person, have a normal sibling dynamic with their siblings, it just feels
like a breath of fresh air.
If beauty gets you everything,
if it's real dynamics. Now, me stop playing. Yeah, they probably just do be bullshitting, posting their TikToks. They blew up because obviously motherfuckers was pretty, but they were probably just fucking around initially and then said, hey, if niggas like us, you know what I'm saying, doing dumb shit and we're pretty, fuck it, we gonna keep doing it.
What happens to the people that are not conventionally attractive online? That is all for this video. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Tell her she cooked out here because she sure did. 3-star Michelin. Shout out to Lover Babes. Miss Kelly Scholas. We got When Being Pretty and Rich Gets You Everything, the Kalogeras sisters. If you want to watch the OG vid, down in the description, first link. Oh, sure to love. I ain't playing about it. You already know I get down. Final opinions and conjecture. Yeah, overall, I don't think like the Kalogeras sisters are doing anything crazy or like evil or none of that shit. Honestly, I'm kind of shocked, man. Some of the influencer girly pops weren't a menace. Oh my god. So no, there's some heads that be good, like Sophie Manasan and all that type of shit. But more or less, yeah, they're not doing nothing bad, but yeah, it's a very obvious double standard, and they're like a very clear example of it. Like they're beautiful girly pops, and obviously their physical attraction is something that they're using to their advantage, and it's definitely getting them more views. Now, are we saying that they're completely talentless? No, we obviously saw that they have talents and shit that they could do, like one of them could draw, dance, gymnastics, all that different shit. But when it comes to the content, and which was one of the arguments I was having earlier in the vid, it's like when it comes to the content, yeah, it's very clear to see within the content, yeah, it's you know what I'm saying, low effort on some shit, and it's obviously mainly the views is getting carried by the physical attraction more or less than it is like the complexion or like the fucking main meat and potatoes of the content, the TikToks and shit, indoor shorts and shit like that. But overall, like, yeah, this is something that's just gonna happen. I ain't gonna lie. As long as, again, they not doing no harmful shit and or putting out fucking dog shit advice to their audience and shit like that. Or, you know, their habits. You know what I'm saying? Their personal habits. Whatever the fuck. Just doing bullshittery, then they'll be fine or whatever. Are they playing into the shit of being a little bit sexually suggestive? You could argue it a kind of a little bit, but is it on a way where it like, yo, holy fuck, like, yo, god damn, bro, are they about to be the next Piper Raquels? On that shit, I don't think so. Again, Piper Raquel, we need to save her because she's truly a victim, but we'll see how long the victim status lasts. I ain't gonna cap. Well, it would last for her whole shit because clearly this was happening for her whole childhood. But when she turned 18, we're gonna have to see. Again, we are gonna have to see because, oh dear God, it's terrible. It's all bad. It is. But again, as far as the Kalogeras sisters, like, yeah, they're not doing any of the worst shit. But yeah, it's clear, like, the girly pops are beautiful. That's are gonna watch, especially them gooner niggas. Huh? I'm telling you, gooner niggas. Crazy works. Tier 5 niggas. Pathetic. Wait. Gotta give it some time. Ridiculous. Yeah, nah, we gonna see y'all later. But other than that, again, shout out to Love It Babes, Kelly Scholas, and I'm finna catch y'all on the flip, baby. Peace.